President Donald Trump held his first cabinet meeting of his second term alongside non-cabinet member Elon Musk. He covered a range of topics. Now, there was a lot to cover, but we felt it was important to fact-check some of the key issues. So let's start with Doge.
One of the most important initiatives is Doge, and we have cut billions and billions and billions of dollars. We're looking to get it maybe to $1 trillion if we can do that.
Doge claims to have cut $65 billion from federal spending. But a closer look at the numbers reveals that many of the cuts came from contracts that have already expired or are expiring. Now, the true number, it's hard to tell, but it's lower than what is being claimed. Not to mention that there have been multiple glaring errors in Doge's claims on savings. For example, CBS reported that Doge counted the same cut 3 times. They said that it was $655 million in saving, but in reality, from that one cut, it was really only 18. When asked for comment, Harrison Fields, a White House spokesman, said in an email, quote, "The continued attempts to sow doubt in the massive accomplishments of this never-before-seen effort to make government more efficient speaks more about the illegitimacy of those peddling these falsehoods than the good work of Doge. The American public are in lockstep with the president's mission and will not be swayed by more lies coming from the legacy media." Then Trump said this about inflation.
The inflation is stopping slowly, but part of the reason it's stopping is because of high interest rates and other problems that we inherited. But we have to get the prices down, not the inflation down, the prices of eggs and various other things. Eggs are a disaster.
According to CNBC, inflation is down from pandemic era highs, technically. But January marked the 4th consecutive increase in the annual inflation rate. Now, Biden was president in January for a little bit of that month, but egg prices up 53% in the past year, largely due to supply shortages caused by the bird flu. How about when Trump talked about Ukraine?
And as you know, we're in for probably $350 billion. Europe is in for $100 billion. And that's a big difference. So we're in for probably 3 times as much.
Actually, wrong. The amount of U.S. funding to Ukraine is actually closer to $175 billion. Now, the U.S. may be ahead of Europe when it comes to military aid to Ukraine. When it comes to total aid, Europe actually has committed 18 billion euros more than the United States since the start of the war. And then there's the issue of Social Security.
We have a lot of people that don't exist. You look at Social Security as an example. I mean, you have so many people in Social Security where, if you believe it, they're 200 years old. And what we're doing is finding out, are checks going out for that? And is somebody cashing those checks who's maybe 35 years old, okay?
In 2023, a Social Security Inspector General audit revealed that for Social Security payments that were made from 2015 to 2022, less than 1% were improper. Most were actually underpayments, not payments, that were made to deceased people. The new acting Social Security Administration head, Lee Dudek, had this to say, quote, "The reported data are people in our records with a Social Security number who do not have a date of death associated with their record. These individuals are not necessarily receiving benefits." He went on to say, quote, "I am confident that with Doge's help and the commitment of our executive team and workforce, that Social Security will continue to deliver for the American people." So there you have it. For more on Trump's first cabinet meeting and for continuing coverage on Trump's first 100 days, check us out at msnbc.com.